In the final hours of our day, how often do we find ourselves endlessly scrolling, our minds buzzing with unfinished to-dos, unresolved thoughts and unchecked worries? For a Stoic, the end of the day isn't simply a time to unwind. It's a sacred moment to reflect, ground oneself and prepare for tomorrow. Stoicism teaches us that a well-lived day isn't complete until we pause to examine our actions, assess our thoughts, and take a deep look inward. Tonight I'll guide you through essential Stoic practices to close your day with intention. These aren't just passive reflections, they're powerful habits to build resilience, clear your mind, and bring tranquility to your evening. So, if you're looking to improve your mindset, enhance self-discipline, or simply experience more peace, these nighttime practices are a must. Let's dive into what the ancient Stoics would tell us to do every single night before we drift off to sleep. Number 1. The art of protecting your peace. In a world where narcissistic behavior and manipulation are rampant, the Stoic approach offers a powerful framework for safeguarding our emotional well-being. Central to this philosophy is the importance of setting clear and healthy boundaries, a practice that is often overlooked but crucial for maintaining one's peace. Recognizing when to distance oneself from toxic interactions is not just an act of self-preservation but an assertion of personal dignity. In the face of narcissistic behavior, the Stoic response is not to engage in conflict but to step back, preserve your energy, and protect your emotional health. Setting boundaries is not about creating walls but about consciously managing interactions with individuals who seek to undermine or drain us. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond to them. By asserting our boundaries, we prevent ourselves from being swept into their emotional turmoil, ensuring that we remain grounded and composed. This act of protection is a deliberate choice to preserve our inner peace and maintain our focus on what truly matters. While boundaries are essential, self-care plays a pivotal role in building emotional resilience. In the Stoic worldview, self-care is not limited to physical health but extends to the nurturing of emotional and mental strength. It's about finding practices that replenish our energy, whether through reflection, mindfulness, or activities that bring us joy and tranquility. These practices sustain our inner balance and fortify us against external challenges. The Stoic path emphasizes the importance of self-care as a means of maintaining composure so we can meet life's adversities with a steady heart. Though Stoicism encourages emotional independence, it does not suggest that we should face all challenges alone. Seeking support from others, whether through friends, mentors, or professionals, is also part of maintaining a healthy mind. Stoicism recognizes the value of connection, understanding that human beings are social creatures who thrive in supportive communities. When faced with difficult circumstances, seeking guidance or companionship can provide clarity and strength. The key, however, is to maintain your independence and not allow external support to dictate your sense of self or peace. At its core, Stoicism does not advocate for cold emotional detachment. Instead, it teaches us to develop an inner strength and peace that remains unshaken by external forces. This inner foundation protects us from being overwhelmed by negative emotions or manipulative behaviors. The Stoic approach is not one of indifference, but of emotional equilibrium and ability to remain calm and rational, regardless of how others behave. The application of Stoic principles in managing emotional well-being involves a balance between boundary setting, self-care, and seeking support. It encourages us to mindfully protect our peace, knowing when to assert our needs and when to step away from harmful situations. This does not mean avoiding conflict or responsibility, but rather approaching life with a sense of calm and purpose, no matter what external challenges arise. The goal is to create an internal foundation that remains unshaken by the turbulence around us. Number 2. The strength of endurance. Stoicism teaches us that endurance, the ability to persist through adversity, is one of the most powerful virtues we can cultivate. This idea extends beyond mere survival. It is about thriving in the face of difficulty, building strength both physically and mentally. Exercise, in this light, becomes more than just a way to build muscles. It is a practice of fortitude, a physical embodiment of stoic resilience. By pushing ourselves beyond our limits, we not only strengthen our bodies but also fortify our minds. In the Stoic tradition, endurance is seen as a key component of a well-lived life. Exercise provides an avenue for developing the kind of mental toughness that enables us to persevere when life becomes difficult. The act of continuing to move, even when fatigue sets in or distractions tempt us to quit, aligns with the Stoic pursuit of excellence. It is through such repeated efforts that we build both the physical and mental fortitude necessary to face life's challenges. Each time we push ourselves past our comfort zones, we are training our minds to be equally persistent in the face of hardship. But Stoicism also teaches that physical exercise is an act of self-respect. By maintaining our bodies through regular activity, we honor the vessel that carries us through life. Whether it's through yoga, running, or simply taking a walk, physical movement affirms our commitment to our well-being. In a world often focused on external achievements, exercise provides a way to focus inward, cultivating a sense of self-care and mindfulness that is essential to the Stoic ethos. More than just a way to improve our physical health, exercise is a tool for building resilience in all areas of life. The benefits extend far beyond the body. The mental and emotional impacts are equally significant. Exercise, through its physical demands, releases endorphins that contribute to emotional well-being. This biochemical shift offers a natural means of managing stress, helping to stabilize mood and ensuring that we maintain a calm, steady approach to the trials that inevitably come our way. The link between physical movement and emotional balance is crucial for Stoic living. A calm mind is not one that is untouched by life's difficulties, but one that remains steady despite them. Exercise, by providing an outlet for the tensions and anxieties that build up in daily life, enables us to maintain the inner peace that is the hallmark of Stoicism. It offers a method for clearing away the mental clutter, allowing us to approach our challenges with clarity and focus. Through regular physical activity, we reinforce the Stoic principle of emotional resilience, building a foundation from which we can face life's uncertainties with strength and composure. Number 3. The art of reflection. At the end of each day, Stoicism offers a powerful tool for self-improvement, mindful self-examination. This practice is more than just a recounting of events. It's a deliberate reflection on our actions, emotions, and responses. It is a thoughtful exercise in self-awareness, aimed at fostering personal growth and aligning our behavior with our values. The process begins with recognizing both successes and challenges. Stoics encourage us to approach successes with gratitude, acknowledging what went well. This helps us appreciate our progress and maintain a sense of accomplishment. However, challenges should be viewed not as failures but as valuable opportunities for learning. Stoicism teaches us that setbacks are part of the journey, and how we respond to them determines our growth. By reflecting on both the positive and the difficult moments of the day, we gain insight into where we're excelling and where we need improvement. Through this practice of self-reflection, we can identify patterns in our behavior and emotional responses. We might notice where we lack patience, where our focus faltered, or how we reacted to challenges. This self-awareness reveals areas for growth, giving us the opportunity to adjust our mindset and behaviors. Stoicism encourages us to turn these insights into actionable steps, improving our responses for the future. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, used his nightly reflections as a tool to realign himself for the next day, ensuring he stayed true to his values and actions. Equally important is the Stoic approach to self-compassion. The goal of self-reflection is not to engage in harsh self-criticism, but to evaluate ourselves with humility and kindness. Even Marcus Aurelius, with his immense responsibilities, approached his reflections with a gentle tone. By focusing on learning and progress rather than self-punishment, we protect our emotional well-being and develop resilience. This approach helps us move forward without the weight of unnecessary guilt, fostering a more constructive attitude toward growth. To incorporate this practice into daily life, set aside a few quiet moments at the end of each day to reflect what went well today. How did I handle challenges? How can I improve tomorrow? This simple exercise helps us recognize both the strengths and weaknesses in our responses, leading to continuous improvement. By applying Stoic principles of self-awareness, gratitude and self-compassion, we strengthen our emotional resilience and develop a mindset that embraces personal growth. Number 4. Rehearsing virtue. A Stoic's Guide to Living with Purpose. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, didn't merely reflect on his day or consider his past actions. He engaged in something far more powerful, a mental rehearsal. This practice allowed him to step into the shoes of role models and mentally navigate the challenges he would face, all while considering how these figures, with their virtues and wisdom, might respond. It wasn't just about thinking, it was about envisioning a better way of being. Central to this mental rehearsal was the cultivation of Stoic virtues: wisdom, courage, self-control, and justice. These virtues served as the bedrock of Marcus's philosophy, guiding him in even the most complex and trying circumstances. By practicing mental rehearsal, Marcus not only reflected on these ideals but also prepared himself to act in accordance with them, ensuring that his behavior aligned with the Stoic principles that grounded his life. One of the primary sources of inspiration for Marcus was Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. Zeno's teachings emphasized self-mastery and the pursuit of rational thought, both of which provided a foundation for Stoic philosophy. By reflecting on Zeno's character, Marcus could align his own actions with the values of self-control and rationality. But Zeno wasn't the only figure Marcus admired. He also looked to other wise and virtuous individuals, whether historical or fictional, to inspire him. These role models, through their example, helped shape Marcus's approach to life, showing him how to refine his own character in the face of adversity. The key to Marcus's practice wasn't to compare himself to these role models, but to internalize the virtues that they embodied. Stoicism teaches that we should not strive to imitate others in a superficial sense, but rather to understand the essence of their character and apply it authentically in our own lives. The goal wasn't to replicate their actions, but to draw from their virtues, allowing them to guide us toward our own moral development. This practice of mental rehearsal is a tool for personal growth. By repeatedly reflecting on how role models might respond to various situations, we begin to align our actions with the values we hold most dear. This allows us to act with intention, purpose, and moral resolve. Instead of reacting impulsively to circumstances, we are able to respond thoughtfully and in a way that reflects our deepest principles. In the Stoic tradition, the emphasis is not on comparison but on self-improvement. Mental rehearsal offers a way to evaluate our own behavior, using role models as a reference point without falling into the trap of unhealthy comparison or self-judgment. It encourages us to grow through introspection and to use the virtues of others as a guide to strengthen our own character, not as a measure by which we evaluate our worth. The beauty of this practice is its practicality. By making mental rehearsal a daily habit, we can cultivate clarity and moral resolve. This exercise doesn't require grandiose gestures or dramatic changes. It's about making small, intentional decisions every day that align with our values. Over time, this practice builds a resilient, stoic character that can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and wisdom. Number 5. A higher perspective. In the fast-paced, often overwhelming world we navigate daily, it's easy to feel consumed by the minute details of our lives. From the frustrations of a stressful job to the struggles of personal relationships, our challenges can seem insurmountable when viewed up close. Stoic philosophy, however, offers a profound antidote to this feeling of being trapped in the smallness of our concerns. One of the most powerful tools in this tradition is the view from above. Exercise, a technique championed by Marcus Aurelius that encourages a shift in perspective, helping us see our problems in the context of the broader human experience. The view from above is a mental exercise that calls on us to step back from our immediate circumstances and gain a bird's-eye view of our lives. Instead of focusing on the details that seem so pressing, we are asked to detach emotionally and see our situation from a higher vantage point. This shift allows us to perceive not just the specifics of our struggles, but the vastness of the world and the timelessness of the human condition. In doing so, we realize that our personal difficulties, while significant, are but fleeting moments in the grand scheme of life. To practice this exercise, one imagines rising above their current situation, seeing their life from a vantage point far removed from their daily concerns. It's as if we are lifted above the chaos of our thoughts, allowing us to view our circumstances with detachment and clarity. The goal is not to ignore or minimize our problems, but to understand them in a much broader context. From this elevated perspective, we recognize that our struggles are part of a much larger web of human experience that stretches beyond our individual lives. This shift in perspective is incredibly effective in reducing the emotional intensity of everyday challenges. When we are deeply immersed in our personal problems, they can feel all-consuming. But when we step back and view them from above, they often lose their grip on us. The small frustrations and setbacks that once seemed monumental appear insignificant in the grander scheme of existence. By understanding that our personal struggles are not unique but part of a collective human experience, we can approach them with greater calm and resilience. The view from above also invites a sense of humility and gratitude. By recognizing the smallness of our individual lives in comparison to the vastness of the world, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all things. Our joys and sorrows, triumphs and failures are part of a shared human journey. This realization fosters a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity to be a part of this experience, even if it includes hardship. It encourages us to see life not as a series of isolated events, but as a vast, interconnected whole. Incorporating this practice into our daily lives is simple yet transformative. In moments of stress or frustration, we can take a pause and mentally rise above our immediate concerns. We can visualize ourselves looking down on our lives from a broader perspective, seeing how small our problems really are in the context of the world. This practice helps us regain a sense of calm and clarity, preventing us from becoming overwhelmed by the weight of our difficulties. It offers relief from the emotional turmoil that often accompanies our daily struggles, allowing us to approach life with greater equanimity. The view from above is not just a technique for dealing with stress. It embodies core Stoic principles of detachment, rational thought, and resilience. The Stoics teach that we cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control how we respond to them. By mentally distancing ourselves from the emotional intensity of our immediate circumstances, we create the space to respond with wisdom and equanimity. This practice aligns with the Stoic belief that we are part of a much larger universe, and our personal challenges, however significant they may seem, are temporary and small when viewed against the backdrop of eternity. Number 6. Bonds of strength. Stoicism offers a perspective on family and relationships that is both profound and simple. At its core, Stoic philosophy teaches us to appreciate the deep, foundational connections we share with family and loved ones. These relationships provide us with strength, love, and joy, elements essential to our emotional well-being. In a world often dominated by chaos and uncertainty, our familial bonds serve as a sanctuary, a place where we find stability and meaning amidst life's turbulence. Yet Stoic thought also reminds us of the impermanence of life. As Marcus Aurelius so wisely reflected, the transient nature of our existence should be a prompt to cherish the time we have with those we love. Awareness of this fleeting nature compels us to focus on the present moment, to fully engage in the time we spend with family. Life is uncertain, and time with loved ones is limited. It is a precious resource that should not be taken for granted. This recognition calls for a shift in how we engage with those closest to us. Stoicism does not simply urge us to be physically present in the same space, but to engage deeply. Meaningful interactions, truly listening, sharing experiences, and being fully present are what nourish relationships. This type of engagement fosters a quality of connection that transcends mere proximity. In our digital age, where distractions abound and attention is often fragmented, this practice of meaningful connection becomes even more vital. The modern world is full of demands that pull us in countless directions: work, digital devices, societal expectations, but Stoicism offers a clear guide. Be intentional with your time. The philosophy teaches us that to live virtuously is to live intentionally. Family time should not be left to chance or routine. It should be crafted with care and mindfulness. Whether it's a simple walk, a shared meal, or a conversation, these moments offer opportunities to connect at a deeper level. By disconnecting from distractions and focusing on those who matter most, we create space for love, understanding, and mutual growth. Moreover, prioritizing relationships is not just an emotional or social act, it also has a tangible impact on our well-being. Stoicism teaches us that living virtuously leads to inner peace, and part of that virtue lies in the cultivation of meaningful, supportive relationships. The stabilizing presence of family and close friends helps us navigate the inevitable challenges life throws our way. These connections provide us with resilience, grounding us in the face of adversity. Number 7. Living with purpose. Each day presents a new opportunity to act with intention. But how often do we stop to reflect on our goals and values before diving into the whirlwind of tasks that await us? Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, understood the importance of preparing for the day ahead with clarity and purpose. By setting his intentions each night, Marcus ensured that his actions the following day were not driven by randomness but were deliberate, aligned with his deepest principles and values. This practice of intentionality was his way of preparing for the challenges that life would throw at him. For Marcus, the evening reflection was more than just a way to plan tasks. It was about ensuring that every action he took the next day was consistent with his Stoic ideals. Stoicism teaches that we should aim for virtue, self-control, and inner peace, and Marcus was no exception. His reflections were a way of ensuring that his conduct reflected his commitment to these values, that his actions would serve not only his immediate needs, but also his greater moral purpose. In this way, he aligned his daily life with the wisdom of Stoicism. This nightly ritual gave Marcus clarity and a sense of direction. Rather than facing each day without purpose, he was able to approach life with a strong sense of what mattered most. Every decision he made, every challenge he faced, was grounded in Stoic principles, ensuring that he remained on course even when external forces threatened to divert him. This clarity enabled Marcus to maintain control over his life and avoid the feeling of drifting through time, aimlessly reacting to whatever came his way. Yet Marcus also understood that true purpose in life is not just about achieving external success, but about maintaining an internal sense of composure and resilience. In his daily preparations, he also practiced the Stoic resolve of grace. No matter the challenges he faced, whether in leadership or personal life, Marcus aimed to remain undisturbed by external events. This inner calmness and mental resilience were hallmarks of his Stoic philosophy, and his approach to daily life was an embodiment of these ideals. One powerful Stoic mental exercise that helped Marcus navigate life's complexities was the view from above. This practice involves imagining oneself rising above the immediate circumstances of one's life, seeing everything from a higher vantage point. By mentally distancing himself from his personal struggles, Marcus could see his life's events in the broader context of the human experience. He recognized that the ups and downs of life were not isolated incidents, but part of the larger, interconnected flow of existence. This exercise had a profound impact on Marcus's emotional state. By placing his daily struggles in a wider context, he could diminish their emotional weight. In the grand scheme of things, the difficulties he faced were small and temporary. The view from above allowed him to detach from the intensity of his personal challenges and see them as fleeting moments within a much larger narrative. This shift in perspective helped him embrace life's hardships with a sense of acceptance and gratitude. The application of the view from above can be an invaluable tool for anyone seeking to navigate the stresses and demands of daily life. It provides a way to step back from personal problems and see them as part of the universal human experience. In doing so, it fosters a sense of balance and emotional resilience, encouraging individuals to accept the impermanence of their struggles and to appreciate the beauty of existence as a whole. This broader perspective allows one to move through life with greater ease, acknowledging the temporary nature of obstacles and maintaining a sense of gratitude for the journey. Marcus Aurelius's approach to life, his practice of setting intentions, aligning his actions with his values, and using the view from above provides a powerful model for anyone seeking to live with purpose and clarity. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, Stoic practices offer a way to center oneself, to live deliberately, and to cultivate inner peace. By adopting these principles, we too can navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, staying true to our highest ideals and maintaining a sense of balance no matter what comes our way. Number 8. Living with purpose. The Stoic path to fulfillment. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy often associated with resilience and virtue, offers more than just a framework for surviving life's difficulties. It presents a profound guide to living intentionally, choosing to act with purpose rather than merely reacting to the forces around us. In a world filled with distractions, stress, and uncertainty, Stoicism remains remarkably relevant, inviting us to live consciously, aligned with our deepest values. Living with intention, as advocated by Stoic philosophers, is not a passive process. It requires a conscious effort to prepare for life's challenges and to act not from a place of impulse, but from one of clarity and purpose. The Stoics were not simply philosophers in the traditional sense. They were practical thinkers who urged us to apply their principles in our daily lives. They understood that true growth comes not from passive acceptance but from active engagement with the world, grounded in wisdom and virtue. One of the core practices for living intentionally is preparing with purpose and clarity. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect. What matters most to you? What actions have aligned with your values? What choices can you make tomorrow to honor your deeper intentions? This act of reflection, paired with setting clear goals, ensures that you are not drifting through life but steering your ship with a steady hand. Each day becomes an opportunity for growth, where intention and action are harmonized, creating a life that reflects your highest principles. By living in accordance with these Stoic principles, we honor the wisdom passed down from figures like Marcus Aurelius, who lived with a clear sense of duty, virtue, and purpose. He too wrestled with life's challenges, but through Stoic philosophy, he cultivated a life of dignity and clarity. His example is not one of detachment or stoicism in the sense of emotional coldness, but rather an embodiment of resilience and wisdom, a life lived with intention, guided by virtue. The Stoic way is not merely a theory to be admired, but a practical guide to living a life of virtue, purpose, and joy. When we integrate Stoicism into our lives, we do more than cope with life's difficulties. We transform them. We create opportunities for growth in every area of our lives, mental, emotional, and physical. Living intentionally allows us to move through the world with greater presence, resilience, and joy. Rather than allowing circumstances to dictate our emotional states, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and control, finding joy not in external conditions but in how we choose to respond to them. But this journey is not a one-time commitment. It is an ongoing effort to reflect on our actions, refine our intentions, and align them with our values. This daily practice is where the true power of Stoicism lies. By reflecting daily on our actions, setting meaningful goals, and making conscious decisions, we slowly transform ourselves into individuals who not only survive but thrive, regardless of external challenges. Every small decision, how we respond to frustration, how we meet our responsibilities, how we treat others, becomes a step toward greater growth. Incorporating Stoicism into modern life means recognizing that it is not simply a philosophy of the past, but a living, breathing guide to navigating the complexities of today's world. From the stresses of work to the uncertainty of global events, Stoicism provides tools to help us remain grounded. Through it, we learn to cultivate inner peace, develop clarity, and live with purpose. Skills that are as vital today as they were in the time of the ancient philosophers. As you wind down each day, embracing a Stoic mindset can be the key to lasting peace and growth. Stoicism teaches us to confront ourselves honestly, reflect deeply, and let go of what we can't control. Practicing these simple yet profound habits before sleep can be transformative. First, take a moment to review your day. This isn't about judgment or regret. It's about insight. Consider the choices you made and the challenges you faced. Did you act according to your values? Were you patient, compassionate, and rational? Reflecting on these questions helps you align more closely with the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. Next, identify what you could do better tomorrow. Stoics believe in progress, not perfection. By recognizing areas where we fell short, we turn mistakes into opportunities. This nightly reflection fosters resilience, humility, and a commitment to constant improvement, which are core Stoic principles. Finally, embrace gratitude. Recognize what you have rather than fixating on what's missing. This practice grounds you, reminding you of life's richness and shifting focus away from desires that disrupt inner peace. Gratitude is a powerful tool for maintaining tranquility and reducing anxiety. Incorporating these Stoic practices every night strengthens your mind and character. As you sleep, your reflections, resolutions, and gratitude anchor your growth, preparing you for a wiser, more resilient tomorrow. If you enjoyed this insight into Stoicism and want to learn more about living a purposeful, peaceful life, don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel. Join us on this journey of self-mastery and discover more ways to apply Stoicism in your everyday life.